working on his what do you call it, belly plate. I think his belly, woo, making a mess here. I think his belly plate is looking rather good. Okay, I'm not finished the belly plate just yet, but I do think it is looking good. So yeah, so that's what's going on with our baby Cannon. I will go over his belly plate with all over except for his wahoo. I'm gonna go over with the medium brown all over him. So I would like to thank you so much for all of your comments, shares, encouraging words, everything. I'm just so very grateful for that. It means so very much. I really do appreciate it, and I do not take it for granted. I'm so appreciative that you have chosen to spend your time here because time is something that you don't get back. And I'm grateful for anyone who decides that they want to spend some time here with me as I go on this journey of painting. Yes. Painting a belly plate is it is obviously a little bit different than just than painting the kit in general. But it's similar but different. Similar but different. So in that to give a lot more of detail on this particular belly plate, because this belly plate did not come with the kit. The Realborn Canon. This kit is this belly plate is separate. But they're both from Bountiful Baby, and they were the same color originally, so which is great. Now, in order for me to get a little bit more definition, there were areas that were elevated on the belly plate. So I went in strategically with some shadowing and some a little bit of highlights and what have you with that with varying colors. And in this particular area, okay, I went in and to have it a bit darker than the rest of the kit. And I tried to go around to really make the creases here dark because that tends to be how it is on an actual baby. And I love the way the belly button looks. It looks great. And even these here areolas, they look good. They really look good, especially in person. um, and the chest, the breast tissue that is slightly elevated in person, it looks, elevated, and you have some of that sheer skin tone to it. So we will go over our kit, or I should say, over our belly plate with um, the medium brown. Hopefully, we will be able to get through a good portion of the painting. Um, I won't I won't stay on and paint the entire kit because I do want to go over. I won't stay on and do the entire belly plate, I should say, because I do want to do the nails, and I would like to be able to do that on camera. So as you can see, I'm just going all over the kit. I'm avoiding the areola, and I'm going to avoid the, the belly button, okay? Because those areas I have used a deeper color on them. So they have a deeper brown, and I want that to remain in that way. Um, so yeah. It was actually quite a bit of fun painting this belly plate and just kind of going over the strategic areas and just trying to figure out what's what and where this should go and where that should go and all of that. And where is my sponge that I want to use to pounce? Ay, ay, ay. I took it out. And what I find is with the Swispers, although they are very nice and I enjoy them very much, they hold on to the paint after a while and then they become hard. So I don't know if um, soaking them and then letting them just kind of air dry, if that's something that will help them to be reused or not. I don't know. If someone knows, please do tell me in the comments. Um, Otherwise, I may go back to just really using my other wedges that are good. They're just a bit firmer. Because I actually do skin tone when um, I give the skin texture. I'm sorry, I do the skin texture when I varnish. So although the Swispers give a nice skin effect, I do a skin effect texture at the end when I do the varnish. So I'm trying to figure out if it's really worth the extra coins that the Swispers cost because you get 16 for $5 or $6 from Amazon. And then the others wedges that I use, the other cosmetic wedges, I get like 100 for, I don't know, I think it's like $4 or something, and they're very good. They're very good, So I just tried the Swispers because I had heard so much about the Swispers. So I said, okay, let me try and see them, and I do like them. I do. However, what I'm finding is, you may have to change them, um, you know, frequently with the dolls. So I don't know if that's something, like I said, that's cost effective. If it's even beneficial to use them, because I find Lillian and Sonic as well as Kato, I use my regular sponges and, you know, uh, my regular cosmetic wedges, and I was quite pleased. I didn't have an issue with that. And then with Baby Canon, I said, well, let me try the Swispers cosmetic wedges because I don't think I use it on Baby Kato. I don't think so. Um, but in any event, um, our baby Canon is nearly done. Only thing that's really left on for him are the details. And once all of the details are done, and I have a phone call. Okay, I am back. I did have a phone call. I was on the phone for quite some time, believe it or not. Um, so I am here. I went over a little bit with our baby Cannon. I went over his Fultrum with the medium brown. I went over his nose with a little bit of our yellow ochre, and I kind of, just highlighted it just a tad bit more. And I went inside his ears with a little bit of the medium brown inside his ears. Why am I not having a light the way I want to see? But anyway, nonetheless, okay. So what I want to do is hopefully we have some time. I am going to go back over his Fultrum maybe one or two more times, but I did want to go over his nails. Um, so we can at least see that. Now, I know I did go over before how to clean the nails with the alcohol. So, I mean, very, very carefully because you don't want to pull off all the paint all over. What I am going to do is, because his toenails are so tiny, um, actually they look big in the camera, but they're tiny. I think what I will do is I will do his fingernails, first. So what I'm going to do is I will go ahead with one hand. I'm just going to do one hand because we don't know if my camera is going to shut off or not. I don't know. So because I'm not I mean, I did check before to see how much storage space I had, but then again, I can't find it again how to do it. So, you know, that's not my forte. So what I am doing is I'm just taking the alcohol on a little um Q-tip, the pointed Q-tip, the ones that is oftentimes used for microblading, and I'm just cleaning the nail bed off completely. So I'm actually kind of taking it down to, I guess, pretty much almost like to the vinyl, because I didn't really put any color on the nail bed when I was doing his painting him, because I realized that I did not want, I figured I'm like, well, I'm going to clean it off anyway, so why put the paint? Oh, on another note, I will be varnishing Honey. I'll varnish Honey, and then um, she'll be, completely ready for her hair. So I'll varnish her. So that means that her and baby Kato will be ready for their hair when it arrives. And at the rate we're going with our baby Cannon, he too is going to be ready at the same time. So go figure. We're going to have three babies sitting up there ready to get their hair done. So now what I will do is I'm taking my Juvia's berry palette. I mean, Juvia's has very highly pigmented eyeshadow. And the only reason why I'm using this eyeshadow is because I make my own organic eyeshadow. Although her eyeshadow is very good, I enjoy it because it is actually it's black owned. So it's very nice. It's a small business, but it's very, very high quality. So what I will do is I'm going to take uh, the berry and I'm going to go across the nail bed. Now I need to get okay, I want a nice firm brush, and then I'm taking it, dipping it down here in this berry, and then I'm taking off whatever excess, and then I'm going to go to the end, almost to the end of the nail. I want to get off any excess. I don't want a whole lot on there. I want to go to the end of the nail. My bristles. Okay. All right. So I want to put it and then push it back a little bit. I'm only putting a very little bit. And then I want to push it back. The um the nail beds are so small on some of the kits. It's challenging to do the moon. So I will forego the moon and just do the this berry color because this gives the look of blood flow under the nail tip. Now you can see a little bit of the berry color Let's see if I can angle it. All right. Now the pinky has too much on. So I'm going to take a dry pointed Q-tip and just kind of wipe that down. Just wipe that color down a little bit. So, because I want just barely a little tinge of color. Barely a little tinge. Not much. And what I like really about this palette is it's highly pigmented and you don't have like flaking. So you don't have like a whole bunch of excess powder that you're worrying about. It's very finely milled and pressed. So you don't get that. Um, so I'm gonna tap it a little bit and just rub it back a little bit on the nail. I have this in the event that I have any extra little particles, and this brushes it off if they're loose, but I don't have any loose particles using the Juvia's nail palette. What I do have is I want to blend this down, this color a little bit so it's not so strong. So I'm using this palette, I'm using the matte color of the berry. Now I'm not saying for you to use this, um, but I've used it on my other doll on baby honey. I don't think I use it on Kato. I think I use it on honey. And I found that I liked it quite a bit. So I like this. And for Juvia's, her palettes are frequently on sale. You can get the palette like this for like $9 when it's on sale. And this is a very high quality palette. And I like these colors because there are colors in here that I can see that I would use on the dolls, you know, because there are other colors that I would use. So I like that idea that of the colors. Um, so yeah. So you see how I kind of blend down the let's see, you can really see the color on here. Yeah, so I kind of blended it down. So you can still see the nail bed. This is more so on the tip itself. And yeah, it's really just on the tip. And what I will do also is I will take my nail bed color that I like to use, and then I will go across the nail bed. And wow, because I was on the phone, I forgot to get the nail bed color out and prepared. Um, Let me pause the video. I, kind of got a little bit slightly distracted when I ended up on the phone. But nonetheless, we will go right on ahead. And I do want to do the nail bed, the tip. Okay, so I've reconstituted my nail bed color that I've used in the past with my previous dolls. So let's see how this functions because it's kind of has a few little chunks to it, I guess, but I did reconstitute it. So let's see how it works. So what I will be doing is I will use my Christine woolly brush because this makes extremely fine lines, and I will utilize this brush, um, and we'll do just one hand because it's the same fingers and toes. It'll be the same. One hand is the same as doing the other. The only thing it is you want to make sure that you're on the nail bed itself, on the nail bed, and not on the what would be considered the skin of the doll. You know, you want to be sure that you're on that. So now I do have my magnifying goggle glasses or whatever, but it's okay. I can see it without it. So okay. And I really like this method with the berry color because it then gives that look of the nail of blood flow, and it's very nice. Now, I don't know, this may be too watery to use because it has to have a little bite to it to stay on the nail. And like I said, I had to reconstitute it, so um, I mean, I will have to do more than one coat. I mean, that's not a problem. So we got our baby cannon done rather quickly. In between painting our baby cannon, we did a couple of lives because my laptop camera or storage wants to try to embarrass me by just going off in the middle of everything, in the middle of me just talking, and it just goes right off in the middle just to uh what I say embarrass me. Uh, just making sure the nail is all the way clean where I want to go with the nail tip color because I need to be able to see where the nail quote unquote ends because I want to be on the nail, not the skin. So I may have to mix up some more of this because this is so faint and light and so clear. You can see it's a little shine, but um, we're not, of course, we're not looking for shine. We're looking for the color. But when I say the shine, I mean you can see that something is in fact there. You can see it, but I don't know. Now this palette here, I don't know if it has a color that I can use that might give me that white. Um, I don't think it has a color that I can use, but I may have another Julius palette that I might be able to use. Let me check. Okay, so what I've done is I've added one drop of this flesh base, which is number 10 in the Ultimate Fusion. to see if we can get this to uh, thicken up a little bit. I don't know, maybe I need to just put a little bit of the Liquitex matte gel in here. Okay, so I mixed a little bit of the Liquitex in here with my little baby spoon. Okay, so I put some of the Liquitex in here to thicken it up because if it's too thin, it won't move. It just, it won't do any good. So let's see if my Christine Woolley brush will do any good with this consistency. Okay, so we have our Christine Woolley brush and we have the nail tip solution. Oh, that's 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. Okay, let me see if I am able to show you. I would hope that I can show you at least this hand so you can see. What we are doing. And once we have all of the nails tipped, I think that will be all for our baby Canon. Then he can get varnished as well, and then he would be ready for hair. So we have all of these babies that are in line to get their hair done. I want you to remember that our baby Canon and our baby Honey will be available for layaway or immediate purchase. You can let me know in the comments if you're interested, or you can email me. If you send an email, let me know in the comments to check my email. And then I can speak with you and you can tell me if it's layaway that you want or if you are desirous of immediate purchase. The dolls will come with a modest box opening that will be very pleasing to you, and I'm certain that you would enjoy it very much. I love box openings. They are one of the things that makes getting a reborn so exciting because you may know what the doll looks like. hey, come over to Diva G's Reborns and see what's going on. So enjoy your day, stay safe, peace and blessings.